It's a time for very deep gratitude, a time to say thank you to one's teachers, to life, to everything that makes it possible for us as human beings to grow every day, to develop connection with higher energy, and to truly learn why we were born on the earth. Understand, we weren't born on the earth just to make money. We weren't born on the earth just to have power, to have, you know, stuff that goes on this planet. We're born here to become happy people. We're born here to learn how to nurture the soul and enable the soul to truly, you know, build a connection, a deeper connection with higher energy, to become an enlightened state of being. And in order to do that, we have to go through all the rough and tumble. Why? I never quite figured out. I don't understand why, but I accept it because that's what goes on. And if I don't use it to get closer to God, use it to grow in my life, it's just rough and tumble, and what it does to people is something terrible. So it's a time for gratitude. Rudy's birthday is tomorrow. And probably the most difficult time of the year for me is always between Rudy's birthday and Rudy's Samadhi. It's an extremely intense period of the year for me. But it's a period of growth, and it's a period of growth through stillness, not through making it happen, not through, I know better how to do it, just stillness, letting God, letting higher energy do its work. It's the dead of winter. And we have to learn how important the dead of winter is. It's a time to step back. It's a time to truly surrender totally to higher energy and allow that energy to prepare us for a serious rebirth that takes place when this period of time is over with. It's the spring that manifests in every human being. So I think this class tomorrow, it should be a class filled with gratitude. I have nothing but gratitude to Rudy, to Nityananda. Well, I never met Nityananda, it doesn't matter. He was so instrumental in my having a spiritual life. That he's with me in every meditation, he's with me during the day. Rudy is with me in every meditation, he's with me during the day. And the place I find him always is in my heart. So it's a good lesson to keep the heart open, because seated at the center of one's heart are these amazing teachers. These teachers that truly can sanctify us. They can turn us into extraordinary human beings, into people connected to God, into truly giving us an understanding of what life is all about, the ability to not get attached to illusion, although we know we have to live with illusion and somehow we have to satisfy illusion. Well, illusion is a terrible thing, what it does to people. But we have to learn to do it with gratitude, so that we work out that karma and truly get free of all of these things that really destroy people. We can't hide out anywhere, because no matter where we go, we're stuck with one person. Us. Wherever we go, we bring us. And if us is quiet, if us is open, if us is truly connected to spirit, we bring this great person with us. If we're full of neurosis and anxiety and fear and insecurity, understand that's what we bring with us. Remember when I was a young man, I was living in Belgium for a while, and I decided that I wanted to go to Rome. And I used to hitchhike all around Europe, and so I hitchhiked to Rome. And one of the most amazing things that I discovered, this is pre-Rudy, I said, the language has changed, the food has changed, people have changed, the customs have changed. The only thing that hasn't changed is me. And I bring me wherever I go. I'll never forget that realization I had traveling around Europe. I bring Stuart wherever I have to change. And what I am looking for really is someone that can help me do it. Because I knew I was incapable of doing this for myself. So what can you have but gratitude for somebody who cared enough to help you change, who cared enough to save your life? Tomorrow's the day to show gratitude. The whole month, the whole year, actually, just show gratitude. I mean, it shouldn't just be on special occasions, but special occasions remind us about gratitude. Does anyone have a question they'd like to ask?
Sure, I have a question.
Let's go.
Rudy would, in some classes, and I heard it a lot in Big Indian, where he was, it sounded as if he was angry and, saying, well, nobody's doing their work and I'm never going to come back here again.
I was there, and it was all true. People were just, if you'll pardon my Bronxies, fucking around up there. Nobody was doing, I mean, everybody says Big Indian is a sacred place. Big Indian was an insane asylum. I really mean it while it was running. And I remember, I'll never forget, this guy came to the ashram. He was really, I mean, he's in your movie, I think, where Rudy's fighting with him in your movie. I forgot the guy's name, but I knew the guy, and he was crazy, this guy. And Rudy, I said, Rudy, is he going to live in the house here? I asked Rudy. He said, no, I'm going to send him up to Big Indian, you know? And it was a funny farm up there, Bob. People were, I mean, it was, and Rudy got very upset. He had that whole situation on his shoulders. He was supporting it financially. He was, he would go up there every weekend to teach. And what he found was a group of maybe 40 people up there not doing their deep spiritual work, you know, living in a commune. It was a communal situation. And he got pissed off. He really did. And I understood. I once said to him, I said, Rudy, what about all these people? What's going to happen with them? This is after we spent the whole morning dragging trees down the side of a mountain and burning them so we could make an apple orchard at Big Indian. He and I were doing this. And I said, what about these people? What's going to happen? He said, Rudy said to me, Stuart, 20 years, none of these people will be here. You will be here. You will be doing the work I'm teaching you. And it's true. How many of those people are around today? You can barely count them on your one hand, People that really lived in Big Indian and are still really doing, deep inner work, Rudy's work. Yeah, he got upset, and I didn't blame him because it was bullshit. It was a funny farm, that place. And everybody said how sacred it is. And I used to hear, oh my God. It's so sacred about it was a funny farm. So he got really upset. And I told you, I asked him that question. I said, what happens to these people? He said, Stuart, in 20 years, none of them will be here. You will be here. You will be doing the work that I'm teaching. I am. Maybe I'm not doing it the way I'd like to do it. I'd rather do it with the kind of an ashram, not an ashram, but a center with people in person, live, I mean, not in Zoom, but I have to do it the way God sends it to me, you know? His work saved my life. Rudy saved my life. It was a joy for me to schlep trees down the side of a mountain with him, burning them so we could get an apple orchard in Big Indian. But it wasn't easy. Rudy used to bust my ass all. He used to say, hey, look at how great that one is, and you're such a schmuck. He would tell me this all the time. He said, I never will take another student like you. He told me that, I mean, all the time. And he did it because he knew it would make me grow. And I never resented him for saying those things. I was angry. He's right, Stuart. You have to grow. You have to grow. And that's why. And then I remember when I finally got past all of that stuff in myself, you know, I met him on the stairwell leading into the ashram on 10th Street. And I gave him a big hug, and he gave me a big hug. And he said, Stuart, you're the best one I have. And he never again said to me, you're a schmuck. I worked through it. I, I got out of the kingdom of schmuckdom. So, yes, Rudy was angry, but you weren't there. You never saw any of this stuff. I think Tom was there. He lived in Big Indian for a while. I don't know if he saw all this stuff, but I used to go up to Big Indian every weekend with Rudy. We would drive up there. And he was upset. His mother used to scream at him, why are you supporting that place? She would yell at him every day. Ray, why are you supporting that? Why, those people, And he finally one day said, it's enough. And he went up there, had a meeting, and told them, I am no longer going to support this. They said, we're going to set up a not-for-profit foundation, and you will have to pay the mortgages and take care of the food. I mean, Michael Austin and I would go every Friday morning to the Hunts Point Market, in the Bronx, the produce market. And we go around begging them to give us food so that we could bring it up to Big Indian. Every Friday we would do this. We'd leave at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And we go around and, they had 6 avocados in a crate that were no good, and they would give us the whole crate. Lettuce and this and that. And we would bring food up to feed 40 people for a weekend. But we did that every single Friday. Did I want to get up at 5 in the morning to go to? No. But I said, okay, Stuart, this is a way that you can serve the situation. So yeah, Rudy could get angry. I know he used to get angry at me. Living in the kingdom of schmuckdom, he would really get angry at me. But I realized when I was a young kid, everyone lives in the kingdom of Shema. We all have to grow up. We all have to finally get past ourselves and understand why we were born here, what we have to do here, what purpose there is for us to do. You know, you look at all this crap going on with AI and AB and QXR and LBJQM and all this stuff going on, you know? It's all madness. The only thing that's missing is people's humanity, humanity, compassion, love. But you're right, Rudy was angry in those games. And I couldn't blame him. He would go up there every weekend and find that he had to put everything back together again that blew apart the whole week. And he finally got tired of it. He really did. I'll never forget when I asked him that question. I said, "What happens to these people?" I used to see them, and I couldn't see people doing deep meditation practice up there. And I used to see what was going on. He had to make people sign contracts so that they wouldn't be sleeping with everybody. If you got into a relationship, you had to sign a contract that it would be monogamous in the relation. I mean, you know, it was madness going on there. When he finally got tired, God bless him, you know, he still loved everybody up there, went up there every weekend and did the ultimate, his best to truly help those people that were living in Big Indian. And the people that came to him on Fourth Avenue, the people that, I mean, on 10th Street, the people that, you know, that had ashrams all over the country, he would travel and he used to come to Texas, remember, you know? Never forget, I told this story. I was, you know, working 20 hours a day, you know, 17 hours a day. You know, ashrams I started and teaching in prisons and universities and running a business and, you know, and you're not working hard enough. He told me, I said, Rudy, what am I supposed to buy that building? What? I have $600 to my name. Anyone could do it with money. That was his response. And buying that building taught me how to grow up and not be afraid of money. It really did, you know, it taught me not to be afraid of money. Money comes if you truly open to a higher energy in the universe. It attracts whatever you need to live on the earth. So I have nothing but gratitude to Ruby, nothing but gratitude, profound gratitude. I wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for Ruby. And he yelled at me a lot. He loved me very deeply, and I knew that. He wanted me to grow, and he had to do everything possible, you know, to help me grow in my life, including beating the shit out of me when I needed that. You know, I needed to get my act straightened out, you know. That's what it is to have a teacher. Teacher cares about you. And what I loved always about this meditation, it's not holier than thou. You know, it's really the rough and tumble of it's survival yoga, the rough and tumble of life, transforming it into that which gets you closer to God. Learning how to do that. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Thank you, Stuart. That was great.
You're welcome. Okay, then we'll have meditation tomorrow evening. Celebration of Rudy's birthday. Bring a flower in your heart, big smile, and a lot of love. Please. Don't bring your problems to class tonight. Bring a lot of love and gratitude. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you.
You too, Stuart.
Tomorrow.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.